becoming a hairstylist was like really important to me because I think it was like kind of like a creative outlet for me that I feel like I always had. Like I was always very into like art and that kind of stuff, but I needed to like find something that I like really enjoyed that was obviously going to produce like, for me, like monetarily, of course, too. So I think that that was like a better way of doing things. I've always been into the beauty industry, but that kind of made those paths like cross for me. My name is Karen. I'm a hairstylist at Head House Salon in the Queens Village area of Philadelphia, and I have been doing hair for about 4 years. My favorite part is probably the relationships that I build with my clients and that kind of stuff, but of course like producing the hair and like seeing like an end result or like kind of seeing like the process through is like really enjoyable to me. Like I always like doing something that feels a little bit more like challenging, and like seeing that process all the way through to the end and seeing like how it can be beautiful but also make someone feel beautiful is like, and then them like having that trust in me and then building that relationship. So it's kind of like through the entire appointment that I think is my favorite. It's an easy job because it's cosmetic, like things can change, it's always fun, and it's always like something like that, so that kind of makes it easier. There's not like as much stress to it when it comes to that aspect of it. But I think same thing, relationships go a long way in this industry. So I think emotionally, sometimes it can be really taxing when you always have to be on, and you're always, no matter like what your day's like, no matter what's going on, like surrounding you and whatever, you always have to have that like kind of like professionalism, as in any job, but especially when you're dealing with maybe something that someone else is talking about, like your client's talking about, might like resonate with you, but you're not, you kind of like struggle to like get through certain things only because it's like you want to kind of like let people in on what is going on in your life, but you're also kind of like a therapist in certain ways behind the chair, so you don't want to like unleash like a beast on someone, you know? So that all like the outcomes and like the relationships you build and the things that you produce and that kind of stuff, and even like the staff that you're working with and whatever, which becomes like a really important part of this job, I think that also makes it kind of easy in certain ways. And that's like, I think more, that's a choice between like where people decide to go, because that's not going to be an answer from everyone. But I think that like at least the places that like I've been able to make relationships with the people that I'm working with in a different way, because of course we know this industry can get like, you hear like it being like catty, or you hear like different things about, oh, who took this client, who did that, who's not doing very well, but you kind of like, you have to find that for yourself. And I feel like where I am, the relationship that I build with the people that I'm working with also kind of makes it easier.